Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for another mini series episode. Okay, so if you're not hip, we are doing Too Holy to Be Horny. Okay, I'm finally saying the title without cringing. Oh my God. We are talking about my own personal struggles with lust and really just loving God while craving the connection and intimacy of a man. A man. I said a man. All right. So last week we talked about living too close to the line, and we talked about how temptation isn't about always about crossing the boundaries, but rather it's about living near the boundary, like camping out right there on the line. So this week I want to talk about get into that just a little bit deeper, because if I'm being completely honest with myself, the struggle itself is not sex. Like, that's not something I struggle with. I do not struggle with sex. Not me. It's more so about feeling wanted and chosen, all of those fairy tale feelings that they feed young ladies when they're kids, right? Okay. So what we call lust, I feel like a lot of times it's just loneliness with a beat face. Like, we be like, oh, I want them physically, but like you don't. You just want someone to know you. Like I said in the last one, like someone to know you intimately, inside out, all the way, and just be in your space for real. Not for play. All right, so for a long time, I thought it was like a physical temptation thing, and like to a degree it is, because everybody gotta relieve themselves, I feel like, and I have an issue with that. But when you start being honest, like when I was starting to be honest with myself, it wasn't about sex. Like, it was about closeness, affection, attention, validation, and just feeling chosen. So when we get into this episode, you can expect to talk about the connection between lust and loneliness. Okay, why they like this, they besties. Why validation can become addictive. Lord, and then how emotional hunger creates spiritual vulnerability. Ooh, okay, that's what we're getting into. All right, so the desire beneath the desire. If you're anything like me, you're not really chasing the physical intimacy part. You're chasing comfort, connection, reassurance, belonging. Like, it's not about wanting someone's body, it's about wanting their real attention. It's just a lot of times the emotional needs disguise themselves as the physical desires. Okay? So the need to feel chosen, that's like wanting the text and stuff to mean something, and then wanting someone to think about you, and wanting to be desired by someone you desire, which that's not a bad feeling. It's human, but it comes when we expect another person to heal something that only God can satisfy. Like, okay, so for me, my most recent experience with this, I'll say, well, all right, there are two phases, right? Okay, so the first one was like my first initial heartbreak. It happened in college. I like, oh my God, like, actually, no, there was one before that. There's three phases for me. Oh my God, I forgot. Like, I said college, and then it took me back to the first heartbreak. There was a first heartbreak in college where, I just, my feelings was hurt and I shut down completely. So I put the wall up and I was like, I'm not letting anybody even kiss me or anything unless they, like me. So, but then that phase led to phase two, which is when my feelings got hurt again because people clearly hate me. But my feelings got hurt again. And so then I was like, F it, I did it the right way. Now I'm about to try it this way. And like, I went on a mission. I was like, I'm getting rid of this virginity. I'm just gonna be a hoe. Like, what Summer say? Just might be a hoe. Like, that was me. I was like, you know what, F y'all. Cause don't nobody care about a real person coming through with authenticity and just honesty and all of that. Did nobody care about that? So I was like, I'm just gonna go on dates. I remember this one time, I was such a pimp. I still am. Shout out to Mona Leo, because the pimp cess was here. Like, I was leaving a date. Like, I had went on a date and we went to Cinema Cafe too. That was actually probably one of the best dates I had been on. Dude was just spending his money. He was like, what you want to eat? Order whatever you want. Get whatever drinks you want. I was like, And we went to see Deadpool, so I was in there laughing. Like, I was having a great time. And if you know anything about me, you know I love like action movies, Mortal Kombat, anything Avengers. Like, I'm here for it. Like, Star Wars, sign me up. I love sci-fi. Like, let's talk about it. Like, I'm with it. I'll do all the theories, the conspiracies, all of that. So I love dates like that. And I just had the time of my life with this man, y'all. I had the time of my life. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was a great date. But I was just dating, like, I was just dating. And that's not me, because I don't even like spending time with people, especially if I already know, like, I'm not feeling you like that. But I was letting these men spend their money, do whatever, pull up, yes, all of that. And so I had went on a date with the dude, and then I had came home. It was another dude already on his way over to my apartment, and he brought hot sauce, because give me that. Run me my hot sauce. And then we went to the store and I made him nachos. Y'all, I was doing it. I was doing it real big that day. I was big Jada back then. Like, I was having a new man over every week. Like, it was crazy. I know my roommate was like, good God, girl, I didn't know you could pull this hard. But like, yes, baby, when I get out there, when the streets love me, okay? When I get out there, when I put my little fine self out there, who don't want me? Who don't? Like, that was me, okay? And then that led to the phase that, okay, so then that phase kind of like, it died down. I got over it because like I was stressed out and didn't nobody love me. So I was just empty and I didn't want to feel anything. And when I did start feeling somebody, I found out some flaw stuff and I pieced out. I no explanations or nothing. And like, after that, I did speak to him again, and I was like, I'm sorry for just dipping out your life. But honestly, I'm not sorry for dipping out. I needed to dip out. I did what I was supposed to do. So honestly, no, I'm not sorry for leaving. I was, now I'm not. Like, you did something, and you caught, and now I know what you did, and you don't have to know, but I know. And I ask for specific things. Like me, when you're dealing with me, I give these men instructions. There are rules, there are boundaries. You cross any of them, you're out. You're out of here. You're gone. Don't talk to me no more. And it's strict like that. I'm strict like that in my friendships. I have a standard. You can't meet the standard, out of here. Get out. Leave. Because I ask so little from you people. And this is what you do to me? No. Get out. There's the door. Right over there. You see that door? Get out. Go. That's where I be at. So, yeah, he did something that made me have to excommunicate him, which really sucked. Because I was like, I really like you. And now you got to leave. I be hating when that happens. Like, I be liking people. Like, I be like, now you gotta go. Now you gotta leave. Look what you done made me. Look what you made me do. I gotta kick you out now. People, man. People. But that led me to, just being really sad, empty, lonely, depressed. And then that's how I got into my most recent relationship. I was with him for 1.5 years. And then we broke up. And then after that, here I am in phase 3, right? I'm in phase 3, fully evolved. No, I'm not going on dates because I don't believe in wasting people's time. And I'm not going to do that. If I'm not interested in you, I'm not. Now, I'll text you a little something. And I got my, my little boo things that handle the connection part whenever I need to be held or kissed or anything like that. They'll come over, they'll spend time with me, and we'll do that. But yeah, I'm not wasting people's time and money anymore. So that's a step in the right direction. But I'm still like camped out by the line, which is not in the right direction. But I also have a stronger sense of self, and I'm not sad and depressed while I do it. And I'm kind of turning off the emotional aspect when I'm there. Now, I don't necessarily do a lot. So I don't feel like, I'm not going to say there's no spiritual implications to my actions, because there's always a spiritual implication to your actions, and lust is lust, whether it's to serve a purpose or not. It's still sinful. Like, physical intimacy before marriage and stuff like that is still like a slippery slope. So I'm not advocating for it at all. But what I will say is I've come into a good rhythm with it, which sounds terrible just saying it out loud. So don't be like me in that sense. But I've gotten into a rhythm with it where I can shut parts of my heart down and kind of put the wall up and not really get in my feelings like that, and just be like so invested and just giving spiritually. And I always try to take the time to like pray after that, be like, Lord, I just, like, I'm honest with God about my shortcomings. So I'll like do it, and then I'll be like, Lord, I just did it again. And he'll be like, yeah, I know. When are you gonna stop? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I'm stopping today, because if he come back, we back. So So I just try to keep an honest heart and an open heart when I talk to God about that. But it's not inhuman to want connection or to fall victim to the desires of connection. Because, like, when you have a solid person there that is holding you and makes you feel good, like, it feel good. Like, it feel good. Like, what do you want? It feel good. So, like, if it's, I get it. I get it. It's fine. Like, it's not fine, but it's fine. You know, I'm not against a placeholder before the man get here, but, you know, the Lord is. He said actually he's the placeholder. And, like, he should be. Like, focus on the relationship with God, because he should be the placeholder until the man or woman get here. But if you like me and you struggle with those things, you are not alone. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Sometimes you just be wanting to be the little spoon. Like, you just want to be a little spoon one time. Like, and me, I've been single, like, I haven't felt the depth of connection that I've been craving ever in my life. Like, I can almost taste it. I've imagined it so well. Like, I know exactly what qualities I want in a man. So, like, not having that for, like, well, I'm 31. I would say I've been craving this since I've been like 10, which therapy, because it's not sex. Like, that's not what I want. I want passion. I want love. I want that unconditional love. Like, that's all I keep thinking of is, like, unconditional love. And, like, yeah, being attracted to somebody and have an unconditional love for them is gonna turn into sex, sure, but, like, sex is kind of the only way I can, like, put it together in my mind. Like, that's the full, like, if I'm ready to have sex with you, it's because you've done it. You've crossed every emotional goal. Like, you've just hit it out of the park, and now we can do this. Like, that's how I look at sex. So it's fine. But needless to say, danger comes when we expect a person to heal something that only God satisfies. Because looking for validation in places that can only offer temporary relief, that's always going to leave you empty, broken, and confused. Like I said, phase 2, when I was numb and stuff, I was looking for validation in places of temporary relief, and it left me empty and broken. And then I had the nerve to start a relationship in that space. Big mistake. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. And that was my first don't do that. So, why loneliness makes the temptation louder. So when you're lonely, the boundaries that you have, they start getting negotiable. Like I said, around that phase 2 time, I was over here apologizing for some stuff that, no, if you cross me or you do something dumb, you gotta go. But I'm over here apologizing for it. No. So boundaries start becoming negotiable. Red flags start getting tolerable. My ex, lots of red flags. I mean, 6 flags, honestly, at least for me. You know, and I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'll never say he's a bad person. He was a sweetheart. But, you know, there's just some emotional part to him that cannot handle my intensity. And I'm intense. I mean, y'all see how I be talking to y'all. I'm intense. Like, I am up there. Like, I am not somebody who's, like, low level feeling. I feel things at a very high level. I feel them all the way. It shakes down to my soul when I get an emotion, or even just when my discernment starts ticking off, especially now because I don't smoke no more. So when my discernment start going off, it'd be like, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Like, it'd be all of that in my head. Like, I'd be like, and I get on the defense. Like, I be ready to, like, throw some bugs, because I'm like, I sense some danger around here, and I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm gonna swing as soon as it shows its head. And, like, that's how I get. So don't build in brokenness, y'all. So the red flags become tolerable, and then honestly, when you're lonely, the attention that you do receive, it starts getting intoxicating. You start feeling like every compliment and every like on Instagram. And I remember that phase 2 part where I was just lonely and stressed out. I was so addicted to social media. I was popping on the gram. Like, I took pictures. I made sure I got a picture everywhere I went. I was just always on Instagram getting like 400 plus likes on every photo. Like, I was on that. Like, I was like, yeah. I was posting heavy. Like, everything was going up, and it really wasn't much substance to the content. Like, now I have intention on why I post. Like, I post stuff like this because I genuinely want to share the things that I've been through and the different experiences I've had in my life. So that way, like, the people, you know, they don't feel, I don't need nobody feeling lonely and depressed like I was. I don't want that. I don't wish that on nobody. That's not fun. But also, like, if you're in this space and you're going through stuff, like, sometimes people need help and guidance and instruction in here. And, like, look, I'm gonna let my life be a teacher. because that's what we're called to do anyway. Go forth, make disciples, and I'm gonna let my light shine on this hill. You know, I am a lighthouse, a beacon for the word. Beep, beep, beep. If you love Jesus, come over here, because that's who I'm talking about, and that's who's guiding my life. And you're going to see the evolution with me. You're going to experience it with me type stuff. Like, I'm not the type of person to go through the journey and turn back and be like, yeah, I went through this. You can go through it too, and only give you the highlight reel. No, we in the trenches right now together. Like I said, I'm still struggling with this. And it's hitting a nerve, because guess what? I still want my husband. I'm still looking for that man. Well, I'm not looking for him. I'm putting myself out there so he can find me. But he ain't here yet, and I'm still mad about it. And talking about all of this sex and loneliness and all that stuff. When I be done with these videos, I be having to get in my therapy chat and ChatGPT and be like, I want my husband. Where he at? And I be like ready to cry and everything, because this is touching a nerve, okay? This is touching a nerve. I know I'm smiling and laughing about it, trying to keep it cute, but this is striking a nerve, y'all. Like, I do not want to be out here. And I'm not trying to be a 40-year-old virgin either, so God, you better hurry up. But anyway, let's get into the scripture. Y'all know I love this Bible. All right, Psalms 107, verse 9. Let's see if I remember where the Psalms is at. I think I do. I found it on my own. No table of contents, y'all. I'm learning my Bible. I'm learning where everything is located in my Bible. Everybody clap. All right. 107 verse 9 says, for he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Come on, Lord. Come on, Lord. All right, what's the next one? Sorry, my iPad went black. Isaiah 41 verse 10. Okay, again, if you are not in the broadcast channel on my Instagram at The Life of Jay White, go ahead and hop in there. We read Isaiah about 3 chapters every night during the week. Sometimes I'll skip a day or stuff because life be lifing, but for the most part, I try to hit Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. And then I'll give y'all the weekends off because everybody be living their life. And I don't know what y'all got planned this weekend. And I'm not trying to have y'all like, nah. And I have plans. I'm not. Anyway, chapter 41, verse 10 says, don't be afraid, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my victorious right hand. Come on. We love that. And then if you don't know this about me, Isaiah is my baptism book. So that is why we're in there. And then once we're done with Isaiah, we are going to go straight into Luke. All right. And then John chapter 4, verse 13 and 14. Okay, I do need to go because I haven't read John. 6:37. Okay. Woo. 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 All right. Chapter 4, verses 13 and 14 says, Jonathan, all right, it says, Jesus replied, anyone who drinks this water will soon become thirsty again, but those who drink the water I give will never be thirsty again. It becomes a fresh bubbling spring within them, giving them eternal life. Amen. Amen. All right. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So here's some practical application for for your nerves. You got to ask yourself, what am I actually craving right now? Is this physical desire or emotional loneliness? What am I hoping the other person will meet? What need am I hoping the other person will meet? All right. Then you're going to make 2 lists. What am I seeking from people? What is God already offering me? And then compare them for real. And then pray, God, help me recognize the difference between loneliness and lust. Teach me how to bring my emotional needs to you before I bring them to other people. Okay, so sometimes healing begins when you stop asking, why am I so tempted? And start asking, what am I really hungry for? All right, so comment below, have you ever realized your desire for connection was stronger than your desire for intimacy? Let me know about that. Tell me your stories. I love that. And next week, we're going to be talking about the scare that changed everything and how conviction hit a little different. Y'all, that's my business. That's my business. Oh my God. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, talk to your people, and I will see y'all next week in here for this. But there should be another video dropping sometime this weekend. All right. Bye.